So you know how Trump and his regime have been pushing this narrative that the white South Africans are these major victims of racial discrimination and possible genocide, and that they need this emergency refugee status to save them from this persecution? Well, the first of the takers has arrived. A group of like 59 arrived by plane, I don't know, sometime within the last few days. And of course, the regime is demanding that they be pushed to the front of the line ahead of all of the brown people who have already been here waiting for refugee status and asylum. But these white folks need to be pushed to the front of the line. So everybody is upset. The Episcopal Church is renegotiating or abandoning their contract with the government because of this very racist policy that they are enacting. But the one thing that I'm not hearing anyone talk about, and maybe just not yet, is the fact that there's all these kids in that group. And I assume that if once they become American citizens, that these people will actually be considered African Americans. And if they're not, certainly anyone born here, all of their descendants will be considered African Americans. So what do you want to bet that these takers are going to come next for African American scholarships when these kids get a bit older and ready for college? I remember having a conversation with a coworker years ago. Might have been the only conversation that I ever had with the man, actually. And he was explaining to me how his wife is from South Africa. And at the time, their two children were roughly the ages of the kids that I seen in the pictures of these refugees that are coming in. And he was already talking, even then, about how when his kids got old enough, they would be eligible for African American scholarships to college. So now we have these white kids coming for scholarships meant for black kids to help them pay for schooling. And if I know anything about racists, it's that they will do anything they can to take from people of color at every opportunity. So let's not pretend like these African American white immigrants are not going to try to take these scholarships when the time comes. Of course, they'll probably be pushed to the front of the line to that too, because, otherwise it would be racial discrimination that these poor white African Americans are not eligible for the same scholarships as black African Americans, even though the whole point of the scholarship was to help marginalized kids get into school. I don't know what the answer is. I just know that nothing good can come from importing more racist white people into the United States. Let me know what you think. Join the conversation. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff.